Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. If you're new here, my name is Yshana. I am 21 years old and I make videos basically about my life, my experiences, what I'm doing, where I'm traveling, what I think about everything that I'm doing, and maybe sometimes a random video on how to make an acai bowl. So in today's video, I'm gonna do exactly that, and I'm gonna talk about this crazy year of traveling that I've had and how I feel about going back to full-time education, a fourth-year law student at the University of Bristol. So for those of you who don't know, like, my itinerary this year, I was supposed to be in Japan for a year abroad, but because of COVID it was put online. I decided to continue with my Japanese studies on Zoom, and I did au pairing in France for 6 months, and then I traveled to Mexico, and then I did an internship in the United States for 3 months in San Francisco. And now I'm back in Mexico, traveling a bit before I go back to the UK at the end of this month. To kick off the video, I think the first like real lesson I've learned is realizing how much ownership and control you have of your own life. So let me give you a real example. As an au pair in France, of course it was an amazing experience, but at some point I think I realized that I'd come to the natural end of my position as an au pair. I was genuinely quite tired of looking after children, and I don't say that guiltily either, because it was intense, and having 2 young children to look after almost 24/7 isn't something that I could have seen myself doing for a whole year. And so that is when I decided to look for an internship. And in taking that decision, I guess I also realized the importance of being true to yourself and having to have those difficult conversations with people. And I think this leads me on nicely to my next point about realizing that wherever I am happiest and wherever I feel most content within myself is the place that I should spend most of my time. Equally, you could say that about energy, you know, the energy you're giving to the people around you. If you are feeling happy within yourself, then by all means you should continue doing that. So how do I feel about going back to the UK? Honestly, like, I'm kind of worried about the weather change. It's gonna be awfully cold, it's gonna get dark at 5, and I'm gonna have to be studying really hard. But I've decided, like, I'm gonna embrace it. I'm looking forward to, for example, living with friends again, having my own room. That is something I'm super excited about. I literally haven't had my own space in about a year. Because when you're traveling, you're just like, you get used to having as little as possible. You know, I want to be as streamlined as possible. I want to be able to take my backpack and just travel anywhere. And also having a routine. After a year of being completely like uprooted and just constantly adapting, constantly changing, I am tired. My big confession is that I'm tired, and it's true. Like, traveling really takes something out of you. It takes a lot of energy to constantly change, to have to move around and get used to doing that. I'm also looking forward to like sharing all the experiences and all the lessons I've learned with my friends and family at home. Of course, I'm grateful to have FaceTime and iMessage, but in-person communication, speaking to your friends and actually seeing their eyes light up when you tell them a story, I miss that so much. And I'm just so excited to like see all my friends and just to like hug them and be like, oh my god, it's been so long. Another thing I think I'm super grateful for about this year specifically is that I've had a lot of me time, and in a really obscure way, because I haven't just been spending time alone, but I've been taking myself out of my comfort zone so much that I'm now aware of how I feel every time I'm going through a big change. And that's really important, because the more you are aware of how you work and how you react to things, the more easy it is to be able to change those reactions and implement new things. So going back to studying, I'm actually really looking forward to, because I know that I'll be able to flourish through that experience and to grow, continue growing, and to continue becoming better and stronger and more wise and more aware and achieving the things in my life that I want. That's been like a kind of brief overview of how I feel about going back to uni and kind of wrapping up this year. It is with a heavy heart that I have to leave Mexico and to kind of like put a close to this year of just like, whoa. If you're watching this and you're feeling like you're on the edge of your seat about traveling somewhere, just do it, because you won't look back, you won't regret it. It will be amazing. In the same way, if you've just been traveling and you're going into university as a first year, it's going to be amazing. If you're scared, do it with fear. Fear is not a bad thing. Why do we think it's a bad thing? It's a good thing. And if you aren't traveling or aren't going back to uni, or I don't know, also, hey, heads up to you, maybe you should think about doing it. I hope you've all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for listening to me speak for however long I have spoken for. I will see you hopefully very, very soon for a new video. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.